What's going on, bosses? My name is Wood Lagute, and I am your residual mentor. And today, what I really want to do is walk you through exactly how you can create your very own digital product step by step. Okay. If you watched my free course that I currently still have posted here on YouTube, I'll leave a link somewhere or a whatever to it on this video somewhere. If you watch that video, then you know exactly how you can basically use digital products to make upwards of $10,000 plus per month, right? And I talked a lot about kind of like how you can, how important it is to brainstorm and research a digital product and actually put it together, right? So what we're going to do today is I'm just going to give you a quick walkthrough of how you can use a platform like Canva to basically build your own digital product. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to make myself a little smaller because I am not as important as this information is. So as you can see right now, I am on Canva. Now, what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be using Canva, and I have a pro account with Canva. Okay, my suggestion to you is obviously make a Canva account, whether it's free or paid, it doesn't matter. You can still do this with a free account. You just won't have access to as many, obviously, templates that I'll have access to. Excuse me. I'm going to leave this as another unedited video. I'm actually kind of liking the freedom of just sitting down in this chair, getting in front of this camera, and just recording and posting for you guys without the need to, edit or add any extra time to the actual content creation, because that makes me feel like it's a lot more genuine. That's one. I hope you feel the same, because it is. And also it saves me a lot of time and makes it easier to dish out content to you guys. Okay, so yeah, my suggestion, obviously make a Canva account because you're going to need it in order to get this done. But also, if you could get your hands on a pro account, it's pretty cheap. I'm pretty sure there's like a free trial somewhere with Canva. I'm pretty sure you can get that. I'll leave a link down below if it's needed. But to be honest, I'm expecting that, if you are watching this video, you already have one of these accounts. Okay. So yeah, so what we're going to do today is we are going to create an ebook. All right. Now, again, if you watched my free course on digital products, then you should remember the example that we used with Brian, right? Brian, the fitness coach. We talked a lot about Brian, the fitness coach, if you actually paid attention or took notes, right? So today we're basically going to be Brian, the fitness coach. And as Brian, the fitness coach, we are going to create an ebook, okay? And this ebook is going to be used as a free offer for a specific niche, okay? What we're actually going to use to create this ebook is obviously Canva for the actual designing of the ebook, but we're also going to be using ChatGPT to get our content for the ebook. Okay, I think my webcam just did a thing, so hopefully this is still recording. But we're going to be using ChatGPT to basically get the content for the ebook. I really hope this is still recording. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, now when we use ChatGPT is really just going to be, is this still recording? Yes, it is. Okay. Sorry, guys. I just had to make sure. I'm not going to be making any edits to this video, so I just want to make sure that I don't have to start over. Okay. But anyways, we're going to be using ChatGPT to basically create the content for this ebook. All right. One thing I want to tell you guys about ChatGPT or any other AI platform is obviously it's AI content, right? So you still want to add some human flair to the AI content that you are receiving, especially if you're creating a digital product like an ebook or a guide that has, a lot of content in it, right? Because when there's a lot of content, obviously nobody wants to, like read stuff that sounds like a robot, right? Like if I was a robot per se, or if I was AI, or if I was not speaking to you guys, personally, then I would have had AI read a script to you guys. And that's a little bit boring, right? I would sound too robotic. And it's the same thing when you're reading, right? It sounds very robotic, and you don't want anything to sound robotic because that's how you lose people's interest. Okay. So that's one tip about using AI for your content. You always want to double check it. You always want to edit it and add your own human flair to it. Now, the simple ebook that we are going to be creating today, you won't necessarily need to add much human flair to it because of the amount of content that will be included. Okay, so we're not going to use a lot of content. All right, I'm going to just create something very simple for you guys so you can get an idea of basically how you can create your own product with using AI and Canva. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. Once you're in your Canva account, obviously you want to search for the specific design you want to create. So I'm just going to write ebook cover because that's just the name of the templates. Excuse me. I'm going to click on ebook cover, and obviously you can scroll through these and you can get a wide variety of different already made templates for you. They're already done for you by Canva or by Canva's designers. I don't know and I don't care, but they're available to you. Obviously, if you have a pro account, you have access to all of these. And if you have a free account, you have access to the ones that are strictly free, right? So what I'm going to do today is, instead of using an already made template, right, I'm actually going to make this video pretty much kind of like a 2-in-1, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a blank template, or I'm going to use a blank template, and I'm essentially going to be creating my own template from scratch. Okay, the reason why I'm doing that is because obviously you can click on any of these already made templates and get an idea of like how your ebook is going to be designed, etc., which makes it pretty easy, right? Like I can click on this, and like I click on any of these and I could just basically replace the content in there and call it a day, right? But for the sake of, one, teaching you how to create your own templates, and two, giving you the flexibility of not needing a paid account on Canva, I'll be making my own template so you guys can see how easy it is, as long as there's a little bit of creativity going on in your head, right? So that's what we're going to be doing today. Now, before I do any of that, before I start designing, etc., what I'm actually going to do is start using ChatGPT to give me some content. Okay, so I already have a prompt written out right in here in a Google Doc. Okay, and as you guys know, I do have a product for prompts. Okay, so if you check down in the description below, you'll find a link that'll give you literally a list of 15 prompt templates for ChatGPT. Okay, it's actually in a bundle, and it comes with a lot of other essential things that you can use to start building your own or creating and selling your own digital products. All right, but I just wanted to throw that in there just for the sake of it, since we're currently using a prompt for ChatGPT. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to ChatGPT. I'm just going to enter my prompt. So if you guys remember Brian was a fitness coach, right? So I kind of made this prompt a little bit specific. Typically, I would add more specifics within this prompt, but for the sake of this example, and also for the sake of saving the juicy stuff for my actual digital product, I'll be making this a little bit more simple. Okay, so the prompt is very simple. It's very straightforward. Write a comprehensive guide to weight loss for busy professionals that list 5 tips and best practices for achieving a healthy weight. Okay, that's it. That's the prompt. So what am I expecting from this prompt? What am I expecting from ChatGPT? I'm expecting content that literally lists 5 tips along with some best practices for basically achieving a healthy weight. But this is directed directly towards busy professionals. So that is my niche. That is my ideal client. I am literally targeting a busy professional. Okay, so I'm just going to hit enter. We're going to see what it spits out. Certainly, so blah, 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 blah. So this is pretty comprehensive, right? It's adding a lot more information than I thought it would, to be very honest with you. I thought it was just going to give me a list and then maybe like a tip underneath that list, underneath each item in that list, but it gave me a little bit more than what I needed. So let's just read a few of these just to see how it sounds. So in terms of the general tips, right, prioritize nutrition. You want to incorporate physical activity into your routine. You want to manage stress and sleep. You want to track your progress basically, and stay accountable. Sounds right. And you also want to practice consistency and patience. All right, so let's just read like the first one just to get an idea of kind of like the tonality and how it sounds. Excuse me. So prioritizing nutrition, it talks about meal planning. So with meal planning, you want to schedule time each week to plan your meals, prepare healthy snacks and meals in advance to avoid impulsive, unhealthy choices during busy days. Also, it talks about balanced diet. So it wants you to focus on consuming Sorry, my phone keeps blowing. I should put this away. It wants you to focus on consuming a balanced diet rich in lean proteins, whole grains, fruits, and vegetables. It also wants you to avoid processed foods and sugary drinks, right? And it also talks about portion control. So when you're eating, you want to control your portions. You want to be mindful of portion sizes, use smaller plates, bowls and utensils to help control portions and prevent overeating, sorry. That's a very important, obviously, right? So far, it's sounding kind of, it's sounding very straightforward. It's sounding down to earth. This does not sound robotic to me, at least, right? Also touches on hydration. So drink plenty of water throughout the day. Sometimes thirst can be mistaken for hunger, leading to unnecessary calorie consumption. Okay, so all of this sounds very good to me. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this content for my ebook. What I'm actually going to tell ChatGPT at this point, which is just off the top of my head, this is not using the actual templates that I have for these, but I'm basically going to ask ChatGPT to create a catchy title for this ebook. I'm also going to ask it to create uh, a introduction and a conclusion. Okay. So this is great. Please create a catchy title for this ebook. Also, I would like you to create a short introduction and short conclusion. Keep the same tonality. That's really it, right? Let's just see what it spits out for now. Also, give me 5 examples for the title. All right. I just want 5 examples for the title so I could have something to choose from. Okay. So it's just going to list out everything that I asked it for so far. And then we're just going to double check to see if it, of course, sounds good. Right. So title options, we have 5 title options like we asked for. So the first one, Lean and Busy, a professional's guide to weight loss success. Not bad. I don't hate it. Slimming solutions for busy bodies. I don't like it. Fit in the fast lane, the busy professional's blueprint for shedding pounds. This is throwing me a little bit, but I like this part, the subtitle, right? The busy professional's blueprint for shredding pounds. This is very straightforward. I like this part, not this part. The Busy Bee's weight loss manual. I hate this. Trim and Thrive, navigating weight loss for busy professionals. I don't hate this part either, but I don't know. So far, I like the Busy Professional's blueprint for shredding pounds. Excuse me, because it speaks to my audience. It's very obvious. It's very straightforward. And I guess we could choose like a main title. Lean and Busy, maybe. Slimming solutions for busy bodies. Too long. Fit in the fast lane. It's not the worst. Let's just choose one from here just for the sake of this example. But to be honest with you, if I was creating this product and this was me, I would ask for more title options because, obviously I don't necessarily love any of these. Okay. So I think for now, I'll just use Trim and Thrive as the title and then the Busy Professional's Blueprint for Shredding Pounds as the subtitle. Okay. So I'm just going to copy this really quickly. I'm going to throw it into and I guess we could X this out. All right. So I'm just going to throw it into my Canva design real quick. So add Trim and Thrive right there. Oh no, it disappeared, guys. Guys. Okay. So this is something you have to keep in mind. All right. If you're not logged in to ChatGPT, you're doing yourself a disservice. Okay. Because as you can see, what just happened to me just now is the actual content literally just disappeared. And that's because when I went back into ChatGPT, it's refreshed the page. Okay, so whenever you're basically working on ChatGPT, you want to hit the login button. If you do not have a ChatGPT account, make sure you sign up and make an account. It's free. Okay. The reason why I didn't log in for this example is because I literally forgot. Okay. So the good thing is, I actually have another tab open with a different breakdown. Okay, this is definitely a different breakdown of what we've went over so far, but I've already plugged in the prompt into a different tab where I was able to get some actual, tips. All right. I actually got that time I asked for 10. So instead of 5, I have 10, but I'm still going to use 5. Okay. The only thing I didn't ask for was the titles and the introduction. So what I'll do now is I'll go back in here and I'll just basically ask this in the other tab about, a title and introduction. So give me a list of 5 title examples for this ebook and an introduction along with a conclusion. Keep the same tonality. Okay. All right. This actually has some better titles. Nice. Weight loss for busy professionals. Why didn't we think of that? From busy to balanced. Lose weight, gain productivity. A busy professional's guide. The weight loss blueprint for busy professionals. Okay. Healthy habits for busy professionals. All right. So let's do that. So I'm just going to use healthy habits as the subtitle. Okay. And this looks bad right now, but don't worry. We're going to fix everything up. We're going to make it look real nice, real creative, etc. Okay. So let's actually start with that. All right. So in terms of making it look nice, making the text look nice, what you can do is you can always change the fonts, right? I always just start with choosing my fonts because I feel like that's just really important. So I'm not going to spend too much time making this look too nice. I just want to show you basically the steps that you would take to essentially create your own template for ebooks on Canva. Okay. So I have a font for the main title. Now let's just choose a font for the subtitle. It's not bad, but could use something maybe better. Let's see what we got. Like the idea of like script, but not for too many words. So I wouldn't use that for like the subtitle. Nothing is really doing it for me like instantly. This is a little childish. Okay, that's not bad. Also looks a little childish. Okay, let's change that. If you've made it this far and you spend a lot of time designing, comment below and let me know what your favorite fonts are. I'll tell you guys what my favorite font is. My favorite font is Poppins. I'll show you guys what Poppins looks like. I'll actually use Poppins for the rest of the content in this ebook. That's my favorite font. I use it for a lot of different things. I don't know why. I just like the way it looks. But comment below. Let me know what your favorite font is. And if you're enjoying this video so far and if you're learning something so far, just feel free to hit the like button. I'm not stopping you. I'm actually encouraging you to hit the like button and make sure you subscribe. I mean, you've watched 18 minutes of me just ranting and creating stuff on my computer. Subscribe. Come on. Anyways, so we have the title and the subtitle. And if you want, you can, obviously put, your name as the author if you want to do that, or if you have like a company logo, etc. You can do that. Today, we're going to be Brian, the fitness guy. Okay, so this book was written by Brian, the fitness guy. We're just going to use Poppins for that font. Do I want to bold it? Why is it not bolding? There's a bold down here somewhere. Oh, it's already bold. What does light look like? Guys, am I going crazy or is nothing changing? Okay, nothing was changing. Now it's bold. All right, so we don't want it bold. Let's unbold it. All right, looks good so far. All right, so now let's add some design. Let's add some flair. Let's see what we could do in terms of that. Let's go over the photos and let's just say weight loss, just to see, get an idea of kind of like what kind of stock images we could find for weight loss using Canva's algorithm, right? Because they have obviously their own platform for pictures. If you want more, access to more photos, you can go to websites like I like to use Unsplash. This is probably going to take me to a Google. Yeah. So you could go to unsplash.com. And if you go to Unsplash, you can basically search up different images. There's a whole bunch of different platforms you could use to find stock images. You could use Unsplash. You could use Pexels. There's just a whole bunch of different resources for that. Okay. But for this specific example, we're just going to stick to Canva's, generic stock photo library. Okay, so let's just see if any of these are things that we can possibly use. Let's just use this pink one. Nah, Brian sounds more like a guy, so let's use something that's more like this is an actual this. I don't necessarily want to use a picture with text on it on this cover because the text just kind of like takes away from my text, and I don't really want that. I don't want anything to take away from my text. So, and I also don't necessarily want to use like a full person, to be very honest with you guys. Because I just don't want like a specific person's face to be on there. Let me see what this looks like. This is actually not bad. I'm liking this so far. Okay. So what you can do, I'm sorry, I just did a lot really, really fast. I'm just going to hit undo 2 times. Okay. Just so everything that I just did gets undone. And then I'll just walk you through it, right? So what you can essentially do is with Canva, and obviously this is a pro picture, so you would need a pro account for this, but obviously find, free pictures. I mean, these are all pro images, but you can come to Unsplash, like I said, and you can get any of these for literally for free, right? I'm just using what I can see right now as, a good idea for me. But if I still wanted to keep the yellow, I would, download this image for free and I could just upload it to Canva and use that the same way that I'm using this. Okay. So just full transparency for you guys that have free accounts. So 2 things you could do when it comes to images, right? Essentially, you could just click on it and it just like brings the image onto your design, right? And you could do with the image whatever you'd like, right? You can move it around, you can edit it, add some filters to it, etc. You can hit on position here and bring it forward so you can block certain elements, or backwards so you can, show it behind certain elements. I'm going to go back to pictures. It's right here. So that's one option. Or if you want it to be set as your background, or if you want to add it to any frames that you add within your design, you literally could just drag and drop it. Now, you guys can see a difference here. If I drop it and the picture is very small, it's just going to do the same thing it did when I clicked on it. So it's just going to fall right onto the page, right? But if I drag it and instead of dropping it when it's small, I like hover over the background and it gets big like that, that means that it's going to replace whatever is currently in your background. Okay. So if I drop it now, it's going to replace the white background that I have and just basically be the background, right? Now, in whatever frames you drop pictures in on Canva, what you can do is you can double click on like an empty area within that frame, right? So I could click right here and that'll be an empty area within the background frame. So if I double click here, it's going to basically let me edit the position of the picture that I have within that frame. So essentially what I personally want to do for my own design preferences is I want to show more of the actual items in this picture within my cover, right? So I'm just going to drag these on over to show within the cover. As you can see, the parameters of the actual cover here, right? I'm just going to drag it so that the pictures can show, but not too much so that they interact or interfere with the title and subtitle. And then I could just click out of it, right? Or I can click done. There should be a done button somewhere. I think my face is blocking it. Or I can click done here and it basically just takes me out, right? I'm just gonna put myself back down. Great. So as you can see, it's like it's just messing with some of the text so far. So I'm just gonna drag it a little bit out here. And now that's a lot better, right? I mean, it's not as clear. You can't really see the dumbbells much, but you see the, the measuring tape around the waist, which kind of implies, losing weight, etc. Okay. Or what I can actually do is I can bring it back a little bit more so the weights can show more. And oops, I'm just going to hit Control Z for undo. You can click on these. And if I hold my shift, so if I click on this text, it's just going to highlight it. If I hold my shift button and click on the next text, now I have both of them highlighted and I can group them together, which means now if I move any of these, they move together. Okay. So I'm just going to move them and put them a little bit underneath the apple so that, the T is not like overlapping the apple. Now it looks a little bit better. I think I'm cool with the way it looks now. What I can actually do is I can click here and I can click on basically the background picture, right? And I can click on transparency and I can make it a little less bright all the way until it's like 0, in terms of transparency. But I can play with that so that the text can stand out a little bit more. But to be honest, I kind of like the way it is. So I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay. So that's our cover. That right there is Brian's ebook cover. Oh, we have one problem. Brian's name cannot be seen. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring it up to the top. Brian, the fitness guy. Trim and thrive. Healthy habits for busy professionals. There you go. We have a title, a subtitle. We have a book cover. Now all we need is to add the content. Like I told you guys earlier, as you guys noticed, the ChatGPT thing did its own thing on me and, we went crazy. But like I said, I do have another tab open in which I already had some of the same things broken down using literally the same prompt. It just broke them down a little bit differently both of those times. So if you want to basically imagine that we're using the same text that we got earlier because we, verified it together, then great. But what I'm going to do is, to be honest with you guys, the whole point of this video is to show you the techniques behind this. And so far, I think we're doing a good job, right? We know exactly how to get to the ebooks. We know exactly how to make our own cover template, at least, right? And now we're about to learn how to make our own content templates, right? So our own content pages. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to make the first page kind of like the introduction, maybe. Yeah, let's do that for the sake of making this go quicker. Because sometimes, you'll put a table of content, etc. Right? But for now, I'm just going to do an introduction. What I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this text because it's already in Poppins, which is my favorite font. And I'm just going to drag it over to the new page. Okay. And yes, you could do that with Canva, which is dope. I'm just going to drag it over here. And then I am going to change the actual text to say introduction. I'm going to highlight it and I'm going to make it bold. All right. And sorry, when I highlighted it, all I did instead of double clicking was, hold my control button and press the A key. So Control A highlights everything. Okay. Sorry, I work a little bit fast sometimes when I'm designing and I have to keep reminding myself that this is a walkthrough. Okay, so I can drag this introduction title anywhere I want, but I'm just going to leave it right here for now. What I like to personally do is add a little bit of flair to each page. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this one is I'm just going to add like a circle with this same yellow color somewhere, or like a bar or square or just a line or something that has that same yellow color just to keep the theme of what we got going on. Okay, so I'm going to go to elements. In elements, you can find things like shapes, just a whole bunch of different elements, right? This is also where you can find frames if you wanted to add like a picture or make a mock-up of a specific product, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to use a shape for this. And for the shapes, I think I'm just going to put like a circle. So I'm going to put a yellow circle. Well, as you can see, it already came out yellow. The good thing about Canva is, they do have a lot of AI features. So one of their AI features obviously picked up that one of the brand colors for this design is yellow, and it automatically, made the next element that I added that same brand color. Okay. And if you click on colors here for the item, you can kind of see where it's getting its colors from. right? So it says photo colors. Photo colors will basically include every photo that you have within this design, and it will basically show you the color palette for that photo. Okay, so it's basically grabbing that yellow from the only photo that we have so far. Okay, so I'm just gonna add that there just to add some flair. Excuse me, some flair to the page. I can literally add anything to this page that I want and call it a template. So what I can also do here is just, let's say, add like a line underneath here. You know, this is not really as creative. This may come out a little ugly, to be honest. Now I just don't like the circle. So I'm just going to change it, make it black. Okay. All right. I think I kind of like the lines because it kind of looks like, you know, like a barbell or dumbbell or whatever, right? Looks like yeah, it just looks like workout equipment. So I'm just going to leave it there because that's actually obviously relevant, right? So that is basically step 2, right? So we have kind of like what our pages would look like, okay? The next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over to ChatGPT right here, and I'm going to copy the introduction that I have. Now, again, this text that I'm currently about to use is not the same text that we double checked earlier because that one disappeared. This text is actually, you know, it can sound a little robotic because I didn't double check it, so I wouldn't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to text, and I'm going to need a text box down here. Okay. So I could either click here for text box. I'm not going to click heading because we already have a heading introduction. Or I could say a little bit of body text. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to hit text box because honestly, it doesn't matter since you can still edit the size of the text. Okay. Before I paste the text, obviously we all notice that this is huge in terms of font size. So I'm just going to decrease it from now because I already know I have 2 paragraphs coming in. So yeah, we're just going to avoid that. I'm also going to change the font to Poppins, and I'm going to make sure that it's light. Okay. Again, that's my design preference for right now. So one more thing, another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make this text box a little bigger just to fill in some more space. Again, make the text smaller. And I'm going to change it instead of being centered, because obviously the text is centered. I'm going to make it left aligned, and then I'm just going to move it up right here. And I'm going to make this a little bit wider so that it fills in the margined off area, right? And then I'm just going to hit Control V. Control V is literally just going to paste what I just copied from ChatGPT. Boom. There you go. That is the introduction that I just copied. I'm going to hit enter here. I'm pointing with my finger. I'm going to hit enter right about here because that's where I know it's a 2-paragraph introduction, and that's where the paragraph actually breaks. And I kind of want there to be more space. So I'm just going to hit enter. I'm actually going to do it twice. No, once is fine. And then I'm going to hit Control A to select all of it. And instead of light, let's do Poppins regular because it just looks a little bit hard to see for me. I'm going to make the text a little bigger. Let's say 12.4. All right. And that makes it a little bit better. Okay. So that right there is our introduction. Okay. So now what we could do is, I mean, clearly we have gotten far. We've done a lot. Okay. Excuse me. And what I personally like to do is I like to keep my branding very consistent. And I like to keep marketing myself a lot, especially in my ebooks or my guides. So what I'm going to do for Brian the Fitness Guy is I'm just going to put his name at the bottom of every page here, just for the sake of, you know, reminding his readers of who he is. Okay, so I'm just going to add his name here, and I kind of want to make it stand out a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another shape. I'm going to add a square. I'm going to make it really skinny. I'm going to make it take up the whole entire bottom bit here. And I am going to actually make this text bold, and I'm going to make it white. And then I'm going to make the background that I just added black. Now it stands out. And now we have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful template for Brian the fitness guy. Okay. And now all we need to do is literally just this button right here is literally just going to duplicate. I have a big issue with that word. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys noticed from the beginning of the I'm pretty sure I said it in this video as well, but my free course that I put out uh, about digital products, like I just kept saying this word all types of wrong. But anyways, you can just duplicate this page and it will basically create another one of the same. Obviously, that's what duplicate means. So yeah, so you can literally, because now it's a template, right? It's a template. So you can literally just edit the items in this template. Okay. So now instead of introduction, what we could do is we can create our conclusion now, to be honest, and then we could fill in the middle content later. So, oops, caps lock, conclusion. And then I'm just going to fill out, sorry, I shouldn't be looking at my phone. I'm just going to fill out the content that I have for conclusion over from ChatGPT again. Okay. And I think the paragraph cuts off at sustain. And that's it. So now we have our intro and our conclusion. Now, all that's left to do is fill in the pages in between. Okay. Now, as you guys know, this is supposed to be a list of 5 like tips or whatever you want to call them for busy professionals that are looking to basically lose weight, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this page one time, and I am going to call this, let's say, is my caps lock still on? No, it's not. Caps lock, tip number 1. Okay. So tip number 1. So each tip is going to have its own page, is basically what I'm thinking of doing here. Okay. So I can either do that or I can just throw the tips, one after the other within each page. Obviously, if I do it like one page per tip, since we don't have that much content for each tip, it's just not gonna, there's not going to fill up the page as much as we really wanted to. But for the sake of this example, I'm just going to put the content in there anyway. I don't care if it fills in the page all the way or not. Like obviously when you're creating your own digital product, you would want to at least fill in that gap, right? So make sure that you're doing that part at least, because nobody really likes half empty pages. It just doesn't look cool, at least in my opinion. You should have your own opinions. Okay, so I'm just gonna put in the tips, and then I'm gonna put in the extra information that's included for the tips. So for set realistic goals, I'm just gonna bold this, and then I'm gonna hit enter to enter the rest of the information. I'm gonna click on the bold button again so that the rest of the information is not bolded, and then I'm just gonna copy from chat and paste in here, and it still got bolded. What the hell? I'm just gonna hit that again. All right, good. So now we're good. So that is the first tip. Set realistic goals. Okay. Now, if I wanted to, I could make this look even nicer by adding a picture, right? So I can come here and I can look for goals. And then I can choose literally any of these. I'm just going to choose this one just for the sake of filling in the page. All right, the reason why I just got quiet and focused is because I was trying to align the picture with, obviously you can see the line that's straight down the middle. That tells me that it's centered. I'm a little bit OCD, so please bear with me. So yeah, now we have that picture in there. Now that page looks a lot better, right? Than just having it there and with just the written text and no extra content, and the rest of the page was just white. So far we're looking great. I'm gonna be honest, it's looking really, really good. Okay, gonna hit duplicate again. So now instead of tip number 1, we are at tip number 2. Okay, so I'm gonna grab tip number 2, which is keep a food diary. Boom. I'm going to replace that. Oh, oops. There's a lot going on. I'm just going to replace it from here so that it doesn't do that again. And I'm just going to erase the S. Great. And then I'm going to grab the actual extra content. I'm just going to replace this with it. And there's that. Keep a food diary. So I'm just going to look for diary. I'm going to delete this picture because it doesn't make sense for this. At this point, it doesn't matter. So let's just click on here. Okay. I'm going to make this picture smaller. Boom. There you go. Keep a food diary. There you go. That's tip number 2. 3 more to go. Boom. So right here, let's look at, let's change this to tip number 3. Copy here. And again, I'm just going to paste before the first letter because that messed us up the first time. And then I'm going to erase the first letter. And then I'm going to grab the extra information, copy. Again, guys, what I'm doing is I am grabbing this information from ChatGPT in a different monitor. I have 2 monitors on my computer. So I just have it open in another monitor, and the screen recording app that I'm currently using is currently monitor focused. So I can't change it from this monitor to the next monitor. Okay. That's the only reason. So eat a balanced diet. So I'm just going to look for diet pictures. I'm just going to choose this one, just for the sake of keeping it interactive. Actually, let's keep it consistent as well. Do we have a picture that's, instead of landscape, that's portrait? So stands up. Yep. Let's use this one just to keep it consistent, because the rest of our pictures are, they're landscape. I'm sorry, portrait. Yeah, portrait. And that picture was landscape. So it was, rectangle laying down instead of rectangle standing up. All right. That's how I like to think of it. I don't know. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Anyways, wait, I'm sorry. Pause. Everybody stop. Stop what you're doing. Drop your attention. Hello. If you've made it this far and you have yet to subscribe or like this video, then I would be both concerned and honored, because that means you're paying attention, and I love that. So thank you. That's why I'm honored. But also be concerned, because it's like, why are you watching me so much and you don't really like me for real? Please go ahead, subscribe, because it actually helps this video reach more people. And obviously the reason why I'm doing these walkthroughs and making these videos is so that I can help as many people as possible get this information. Okay, so obviously if you like it and if you subscribe from it, then YouTube will give me the best chances. But more importantly, to be very honest, if you know anybody that is currently, trying to start an online business or trying to start a digital marketing business, or a digital product business, to be more specific, then share this video with them. If you think that this is helpful, I'm pretty sure they're going to think this is helpful too. So go ahead and share this video with as many people as you can. If you want to share it in a group, share it in a group. If you want to share it on a website, comment it down on a website, do that. It not only helps them, but it also helps this video, right? It helps me as well, because it helps this video get more views. And as you guys know, on YouTube, the more traction you get, the better it is for you. So blah, 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 etc., etc. Share the video, like the video, and subscribe. That's really it. But again, if you've made it this far and you're still paying attention, thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. Leave a comment and I'll get back to you. I appreciate you. Anyways, this is tip 3. I'm just going to duplicate that again. Here we go. We're doing it again, right? And then I'm going to click in here. I'm going to delete the 3. I'm going to replace it with a 4. So tip number 4, we're going to drag that over, or copy and paste that over. Tip number 4 is hydrate adequately. So again, before the first letter, we're just going to drop that there. I'm just going to erase the first letter, and then I'm going to grab the extra information. Very repetitive, very, very repetitive. I'm just going to erase this last bullet point. I don't know why it keeps adding an extra one. So hydrate, let's just, search for water. Okay, this is good. This is better. I was about to say, oh my God, there's so many oceans. Let's use this. Just going to make it smaller again, right? So hydrate. All right. So far, we are looking great. We have 1 tip to go. So let's just add that. Again, same thing, very repetitive. Replace the 4 with a 5. I don't know if you guys can tell, but if you are paying attention to me, the camera, right, you guys can clearly tell that it's getting a little dark where I am. So I just want you guys to know that, this video so far is what, 40 something minutes long. This is absolutely, this takes nothing from me. Obviously it takes time, it takes a little bit of energy, but this is nothing to me. I'm more than happy to share this information with you guys because I know the power behind this knowledge, right? I know exactly what you can use this to do, and it's so much more than just creating a digital product and selling it. You can even use this knowledge to resell this as a service. Okay, I have people that still reach out to me from the days that I was building websites and creating different little designs for them, etc., and think that I still create designs and like, if I were to still do this as a service, I literally could tell somebody or reach out to any business owner and let them know, like, hey, listen, I can create digital products for you, right? And the proof is in the pudding. I'm doing this right in front of you guys. Like, I'm literally creating a digital product right in front of you guys. This is very important information, which is why I'm telling you guys, share this video with a friend or with somebody that that is, obviously interested in creating digital products and, selling digital products. Because at the end of the day, this stuff is very easy to do. It obviously costs either time or money, because if I wasn't creating this myself, I would pay somebody else to do it. But if you were the person that needed to pay somebody to do it, you could pay somebody like me to do it, because obviously I know how to do it, right? So take that with a grain of salt, right? Because again, this video can serve as two different things, right? This, if you take anything away from this video, it could be one of those two things, or both. It could be how to create your own digital product, or it could be how to create digital products in general so that you can create them for other people, right? So just keep all of that in mind. Okay. So tip number 5, and we have a lot of choices for tip number 5, since, like I said earlier, the one I did with the other monitor has 10 tips instead of 5. So I'm still just gonna, yeah, I'm just gonna pick out the 5th one still, instead of choosing from one of the other ones. Okay. Excuse me. All right. So this time we just have to erase the first 2 letters instead of the first one. Excuse me. I need some water. I should have had like a bottle of water next to me while recording this video. Honestly, guys, I did not know I was going to spend this much time creating this video. But again, I'm going to keep it consistent in the sense of, I'm not going to edit this video. I'm not going to edit it at all. It's going to be raw information, a raw training. Okay. Like, this is literally as raw as it gets. I'm going to be honest with you guys. People actually charge for this information. I am giving it to you for free. Okay. My first digital product course. Again, it's linked somewhere in this video. I'll probably have it pop up here somewhere. I'm not going to do much editing. I'm not going to do any editing at all, but when you're uploading your video to YouTube, it asks you if you want to add cards. Okay, so I'll probably add a card that, links to that first digital product course on my YouTube, but I'll also probably just leave a link to it in the description below so that you can just go watch it. But that was also like an hour plus, right? Right now we're looking at 48 minutes. I'm spending this time talking to you guys and walking you guys through this because this is important information that you need in order to successfully create or effectively create a digital product, especially an ebook. Okay, especially using free resources like Canva. It's a free resource. All right. Yes, there's a paid version that gives you more access to more things, which I'm currently playing with. I'm playing with the more things, right? But you don't need it. Again, like, the more things that I'm playing with right now are just pictures. You could find that on, other free stock image websites like Unsplash, which I told you guys about, or Pexels, Pexels. Okay. There's so many more. Google it. And since you already have Chat GPT open, ask Chat, ask AI. It'll help. Okay. So what are we looking for? So the last tip is incorporate physical activity. So let's just write workout, right? Let's just find a picture of people working out. And let's just make sure we have our rectangle standing up instead of laying down, just to keep it consistent. Again, I don't really want to include much pictures of people, but it looks like that's most of what we're getting for the term workout. So for the sake of ending this tutorial sooner than later, I guess let's just pick one, because I don't think it really matters. Let's just choose this one. What is she doing? Yoga? Is she just stretching? Like, somebody please help me out. Comment down below. What do you think she's doing? Is she just stretching, or is she doing yoga, or is she like preparing for the end of the world? I don't know. I honestly don't care. I just want to be interactive with you guys because I like reading through comments. Anyways, so that essentially concludes our digital product. Granted, we don't have much yellow. We don't have much yellow showing up, throughout the rest of the ebook, but that doesn't matter. Okay, that honestly does not matter. Now, what I personally like to include in my ebooks, and I obviously suggest you guys do so as well, is a call to action. Okay. So, and here's what I mean by that. So at the end, I'll probably add something, like, let's say Brian, the fitness guy, instead of just giving away this ebook for free, he gives away this ebook for free, which is great. And then, tries to upsell the busy professional that he's selling to, on an online boot camp where he actually, holds their hand and takes them through a workout program where they're able to lose weight faster, with his online boot camp, which is a paid service. Like, he has a paid online boot camp, right? So at the end of this, I would add a call to action that basically, has his readers, or my readers, whatever the case may be, opt in for the online boot camp, right? So I'll show you guys an example. So let's just say, like, this picture, for instance. I'm just going to drag the text down. I'm going to drag the picture up. And then I'm just going to say, like, like, hey there, it's Brian. Let's do it like this. So, hey there, it's Brian. Thank you for reading my ebook. If you'd like personal guidance from me, and from me, I'm having a brain fart, guys. Just bear with me for a second. If you'd like personal guidance from me in order to lose weight faster, whatever, etc., but purchase or join, whatever your call to action is, join my 2-week online boot camp. Now, this is one example, right? And I want to explain to you guys why this is important, okay? One of the main reasons why this call to action is important is because your ebook is free, right? In this case, this is a free offer we're using. That's why it's so, minimal in terms of like what it's including content wise, right? It's 5 tips. Like, I'm not going to pay you for 5 tips. So this is a free giveaway, right? Because it's free, Brian will most likely get, a lot of people to download his free ebook, right? Because it's free. People like free things, right? So the reason why this call to action is important is because Brian is already getting a lot of traction to this free offer, okay? Because he's getting a lot of traction to this free offer, and because there's a call to action at the end, he's getting a lot of traction to his call to action, okay? Which is this. The call to action is you calling your viewer to take an action, right? So he's getting a lot of eyes to basically be exposed to his 2-week boot camp or whatever it is, whatever your paid product is, right? Because obviously this is him upselling his viewers, his current subscribers to a paid product, Okay, let's just say the 2-week boot camp was $200. Is that an at sign? Where's the dollar sign? What's wrong with me? Anyways, let's say the 2-week boot camp was $200, right? So now, Brian has a viewer that just read his ebook for free. They got some good value out of it. They feel really good about it. They really trust Brian now because Brian gave them some good insight, some valuable information. So now they're ready to open their wallet for Brian, right? Once they open their wallet, they're ready to spend money on Brian, right? So now Brian is offering them something that's more valuable than 5 tips, right? That's key. You want to offer something that's more valuable for your upsell, okay? So Brian is offering them a 2-week boot camp, which is more valuable than just 5 tips, because a 2-week boot camp is going to teach that busy professional how to, like not only how to lose that weight, but also it's going to actually have them lose that weight because they're actually doing something in the 2-week boot camp. If you get what I mean. Make sense? Yes? Not yes? Because yes, it does make sense. So so that's really why that's important. Okay. But another reason why it's important, especially for Canva users, is you can literally add a link. Hear me. You can add a link in your ebook to whatever your paid digital product is. So in Brian's scenario situation, his paid product, his paid digital product is an online boot camp. Brian already put in the work. He worked out online. He worked out in front of the camera. He worked people out in front of the camera. He did his whole boot camp, let's say for a whole 2 weeks, whatever he did, right? He recorded all of that content and he packed it up into an online course. And now he prices it at $200, or he priced it at $200, and now he's selling it to busy professionals that need his guidance, need his workout routine, need his 2-week boot camp. Okay? That is very, 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 like extremely powerful. Okay? Because now you're able to literally have that reader that's in here for free not even have to leave your ebook, but click straight from your ebook to your online course. Okay, I'll show you guys how to do that. So you can do multiple things. You can add like a like a rectangle, like I did here, right? If I wanted to, I can have this kind of like link to whatever page I wanted. Let's grab a link first of all. This is unsplash.com, but let's just say this was the link to Brian's course, right? I'm not Brian for real, so I don't have a freaking 2-week weight loss course. I actually need a 2-week weight loss course because I've been getting a little beefy. If you made it this far in the video, 1, thank you very much. 2, subscribe, share, and like it. But 3, comment beefy down below so I could know you actually made it this far. Because if you made it this far, you're a real one. I appreciate you. I love you. And I'm more than happy to read your comments and reply to you and interact with you. But I'm just going to use this link as an example. And then I'm going to come down here. I'm just going to say, click here to sign up. Obviously you're going to want better, text, better copy, better sales copy for your call to action. Like mine is just very generic. It's actually kind of crappy, to be honest. But yeah, so, when it comes to your call to action, make sure it's really catchy, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. But right now, let's walk through how to link this, right? So I'm just going to highlight this text right here. And as you can see, every time I highlight it, this pops up. Okay, there's Magic Write, and then there's a link button. Magic Write is kind of like Canva's own AI thing, right? It's almost kind of like ChatGPT, not really, but it's just AI that writes stuff for you. Excuse me. So essentially, we could have just used that. I'll probably make a different video on how to use that as well to create your digital products. But for now, let's stay focused. Okay. So link. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Link. Okay, I'm sorry. I have too much fun with myself sometimes. Anyways, I'm just going to click on the link button, and then I'm going to click here, and I'm going to paste the link that we just copied. Okay, that's it. I'm just going to hit done. Done again. And now you have a fully functional link down here. All right. What I personally like to do is I like to make the link bold. I like to change the color just so that it stands out so that people can see that it's obviously a link. Links are usually like a bluish color, so I'll probably make it blue, right? So now it's like this is obviously a link. Like you cannot miss it. Like there like the only assumption that is that this blue text that is underlined and tells me to click here, the only assumption is that it's a link. And I can make it italics too. Like the only assumption is that it's a link. Okay. So what I can do here actually is I can actually pretty much test it out. So I'm just gonna hit share and I'm gonna hit present. I don't know if this is gonna help me test it out, but if I hit present, can I click on this link? Aha, there you go. So you see the link is fully active because it took me right back to this Unsplash page, right? And all I did was click to it from the ebook. Okay. So that's essentially it. I mean, we have a fully functioning. How do I get out of this presentation? I'm stuck. Oh God. Okay, we're out. We have a fully functioning ebook. Okay, it's a free guide. It's beautiful. We created our own template. Okay. If you wanted to share this template with anybody, it's very easy to do. You just have to hit share here and you just hit which one is it? Template link. Okay. Once you click on template link, you can share this with anybody else that has a Canva account. All right. And the person that has a Canva account can open it and they can edit, basically make a copy of it and edit that template to whatever, they want or they like. Okay. I'm not going to drop this template link in the video. I mean, in the description for you, because we just walked through it. If you made it this far, we just walked through everything together. Okay. It's one thing to be, a little lazy and get things done for you. But I want you guys to get used to actually taking action and, doing the work. Okay. And I spoke about this a lot in the first course that I published on here. Doing the work is very important because not only are you going to learn a lot, but you're going to hold yourself accountable for a lot of the things that happen within your own business, right? Because at the end of the day, you're building a digital product business when you create digital products and you sell them. Okay. So you're going to need to be accountable. And this goes with any business. You have to be accountable with everything that's going on in your business. Okay, so I want you guys to basically take action. Obviously, we just walked through how to create this template together. And obviously, if you guys have any questions, sorry, I forgot to mention this. If there are any questions, drop them in the comment section, guys. I mean, it's there for a reason. Obviously, I let you guys know to drop stuff in the comment section throughout the video just to keep it interactive because I like talking to you guys. But if you actually have genuine questions, please drop them in the comments. I'm more than happy to answer them. That's what I'm here for. I'm literally walking you through these things. So feel free to do that. I'm more than happy to answer it. And again, if you know anybody that actually, wants to learn how to create digital products and wants to actually start selling digital products and making money online, because as you know, from my first course that I put out, like you can make upwards of tens of thousands of dollars with these digital products. Right. And people are actually currently doing it. Average people are currently doing it. Right. So if you know anybody that needs this information, share this video with them. Just share it. Yes, it helps me out in the back end, but that's not just it. It's going to help them out as well. Okay. So that's really it in terms of that. I mean, as you guys know, I do have a bundle that I am currently selling because all of this stuff is free, but I do have a bundle. I'm just going to bring you guys over here real quick and I'm going to basically, which one is it? So digital product mastery bundle. Let's come back over to this monitor. Okay. So if my digital product mastery bundle, right, there are 3 different products in here that are going to basically help you with creating your digital product from the start. Okay. I do have a free giveaway. It's linked in the description. So it's basically a list of 50 digital product ideas. Okay. It's free. All I ask is that you enter your name and your email so that I can know who to send it to and where to send it to. Okay. Obviously you'll get the ebook in your email after you confirm your subscription in your email. Okay. Always do that step first. And then of course afterwards I can still send you tips and tricks about the digital product world, occasionally here and there when I have some time via email. Okay. But what I want to go through or go over right now is my digital product mastery bundle, because this is actually very important to getting started with creating digital products. I joined a few Facebook groups like literally yesterday, and I was, obviously they're digital product Facebook groups, and I was looking through a lot of them, and people had like the most basic questions in terms of how to name your guide, how to, like start in general. I'm sorry, name your guide, name your digital products, just like general, really general and simple questions that are actually answered in these guides, right? And I was so tempted to just like comment on everything and be like, hey, I have these guys, I have these guides. I just did not want to seem salesy, so or like spammy. So that's why I really, decided to add this bit into this video, because I feel like it's really important. Okay, so three things are included in this bundle. I have a digital product naming guide. Okay, so I'm gonna skip all of this. I have a digital product naming guide. Okay, so this basically gives you 50 50. I have to emphasize that because that is a lot. Okay, this gives you 50 product name templates. Okay, so basically I'm giving you the sauce. Like, this is literally the sauce. All right, so it's a template on how to name your digital product effectively. Okay, because I want you to be able to effectively market your digital product. I want it to be able to be, like when your target audience sees your product, they know exactly what to expect, and they actually want it because of how, catchy or attractive the title is or the name is. Okay, so I give you 50 of those templates. All right, if I was to sell this by itself, it would be a total of $15. Okay, these are all things that I put my own time and effort in. I did the research, I did the extensive research, I looked at what's currently working, and that's how I put these together. Okay, so if I was to sell this by itself, it's $15. Okay, but I'm not selling it by itself. I'm selling all of these in a bundle, so I'll break down the rest. Okay, if I was to sell this one also by itself, it'll be $15. So this one is unlocking your niche. All right, this is basically a step-by-step guide to not only, actually figuring out your niche, but finding your ideal client. Those are two very important things when it comes to any business. That's one, but two, obviously digital product businesses as well. Okay, you want to know exactly what your niche is, what you're going to create your product, what it's going to be based on, who you're going to be, targeting, basically. Kind of like Brian, the fitness guy, we were basically focusing on busy professionals, right? And then within that guide as well, there is a step by step on how to basically figure out your ideal client, right? So Brian, the fitness guy, is targeting what's the word? I'm sorry, busy professionals, right? Now his ideal client would be, a busy professional of, so and so age that, does blank for a living, et cetera, et cetera. So within this guide, I actually have the interactive pages that you can at least, like, you can actually print these pages out so that you can fill them out and figure out your actual niche and your actual client. Okay, again, if I was to sell this by itself, it would be $15 because I put in my own time and effort into creating this for you guys, and my time is valuable. So that is why. Okay, the third and last piece of this bundle is a chat gpt profit blueprint. I think I brought this up at the beginning of this video. Okay, so this chat gpt profit blueprint basically gives you not only, it not only teaches you how to basically create best-selling digital products with AI like chat gpt, or with AI platforms like chat gpt, but it also contains a list of 15 prompt templates. Okay, kind of like how I brought up earlier with the prompts, right? So it has 15 prompt templates. Okay, you can templates. Anyways, you can use these prompt templates to basically fill in what your niche is, what your ideal client is, what your product is, and you can plug those into ChatGPT, kind of like how I did earlier in the beginning of this video, to give me the content that I need for my digital product. Okay, again, I put my own time and effort into this. My time is valuable, although I'm charging very little for this, at least, right? Because this could be worth more, but I'm valuing it at $15. So all in total, if you were to get all three of these separately, excuse me, I burped, I'm human, I'm not editing this. If you were to buy all of these separately, you would be giving me a total of 45 of your dollars. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, but I don't need that. I'm only charging you 27 bucks for the bundle. It's very cheap. It's 27 bucks. I don't know what you want me to compare that to. I don't care what you want me to compare that to, but to some people in New York, that's lunch. So yeah, for the price of a lunch, you get valuable information on how to create your own digital product. Okay. So yeah, that's really it in terms of that. And of course, if you want any extra help from me in terms of like a walkthrough, or you want, some one-on-one coaching in terms of how to really create and dive into marketing your own digital product, you can always book a call with me. I'll leave links to all of these down below. Okay. I'll leave a link to my free offer, which is obviously, 50 digital product ideas, which is a lot that I should charge for, to be very honest with you, because people charge for that. But I'll leave a link to that down below. I'll also leave a link to this bundle down below, but I'll also leave a link to my coaching call link to my coaching call page, so that you can schedule a call with me if you need it, down below as well. The coaching call, it's not free. It's obviously more than $27 as well, because you are literally taking my time. I have to, make time for you out of my schedule, out of my day, to sit down and talk with you for an hour. So yeah. Okay. With all of that being said, again, if you made it this far, this video is 1 hour and some minutes. If you've made it this far, you definitely do realize that it's gotten a lot darker in my office. That's because I no longer have the beauty of natural lighting from my balcony window, and all I have now is the lighting from my ring light. So I appreciate you for hanging out with me for 1 hour and 11 minutes. I think you're dope for that. I think you're great. And I think you're very passionate about learning how to make money online, especially with digital products. And, with all of that passion, I think it's actually going to work out for you, because it's one thing to be a consumer and consume a lot of information online, but I'm assuming that you are one of those people that is not just a consumer. I'm assuming that you are actually going to take action on all of these things, and you're going to actually, follow this guide and create a digital product and start marketing it, etc. Okay. So with all of that being said, I love you. I appreciate you. And I thank you. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.